So, back in 2018, when I went to study design at FIT New York from India, as excited as I was to explore the New York City, navigating my way around was a whole new experience. Every street had a name, and there were numbered avenues and streets. And people would say things like, walk 3 blocks down 7th Avenue and then take a left from 27th Street. I found it super confusing. Was 7th Avenue increasing or decreasing? Was I walking uptown or downtown? In India, we don't navigate like that. We don't rely on street names. If you ask someone for directions, they won't be like, go down MG Road and then take a right on 5th Lane. Instead, you'll hear something like, go straight past the Hanuman temple, take a left after the chai stall, and when you see the grocery store with the blue board, turn right. And that's exactly the challenge Google Maps faced when they launched in India in 2008. Google Maps was built on street names, but in India, nobody used them. Many roads had multiple names or no official names at all, and people relied on landmarks instead of addresses. Without street names, turn by turn directions looked something like this. In short, directions were pretty much useless in India. The Google Maps team had to rethink everything about how people navigate, and 15 years later, the changes they made still stand the test of time. And here's how they did it. Before we dive in, if you love insights on UX, framework, design, and AI, hit subscribe for more content like this. Now let's get started. The challenge Google faced wasn't just technical, it was cultural. And this wasn't just an India specific problem. In Japan, most streets don't have names. People use block numbers instead. In Mannheim, Germany, a grid system uses letters and numbers, not road names. Google Maps had been built around Western idea of navigation, but the world doesn't navigate the same way. The team had to completely rethink how directions worked. Entered Olga, a UX researcher, and Janet, a UX designer at Google. Their goal? Figure out how people in India actually navigate. But instead of running fancy studies or using AI models, they did something low-tech and absolutely brilliant. Now, you tell me in the comments what would you have done if you were stuck in this situation? How you would have solved it. This is what they did. They called businesses and asked for directions to their own stores. They asked people to sketch maps of familiar places. They literally followed people as they navigated their city. Every single time, people gave directions without mentioning a street name. Instead, they used landmarks, such as go straight until you see the giant billboard of Shah Rukh Khan and then take a right from the chai stall. That was the breakthrough. From the research, Olga and Janet discovered that people in India navigate in 4 steps. First, they begin with orientation, starting towards a well known landmark, such as head towards the water tower. Next, they rely on turn description, using a major landmark as a turning point, like turn left after the big bazaar. To ensure they're on the right path, they use path confirmation, referencing a familiar sight along the way, such as you'll see a petrol pump on the right. And finally, they rely on error correction, which helps them recognize if they have gone too far. If you reach the roundabout, you've missed it. This simple yet effective insight became the foundation for Google's solution. Armed with this new knowledge, the team redesigned Google Maps for India. Landmarks were integrated into turn by turn directions. Instead of turn left in 200 meters, you now see turn left after the Domino's pizza. Subtle street names were added, were useful but not relied on. Maps learned to prioritize landmarks over distances. These changes made Google Maps instantly more usable for millions of people. Want to see this in action? Open Google Maps and search for directions from Gurgaon to Delhi and check the instructions. You'll notice phrases like pass by this bank or pass by this school. Now try the same in New York or London. You won't see any landmarks based directions. That's good UX in action. This story isn't just about Google Maps, it's a masterclass in UX and localization. If you're designing an app, a website, or a product, ask yourself, are you designing for how users actually behave, or are you forcing them to change their habits? The best products that you see don't change users, they adapt to users. And this philosophy is the foundation for what we do at Rise Design Studio. If you are tired of juggling multiple freelancers, paying agencies a fortune, and still not getting the results you want, we get it. That's exactly why we built Rise Design Studios. We are a small studio with very talented people. So if you want world-class UI UX design, motion graphics, branding, social media assets, and so much more all in one place, all you have to do is go check out risedesigns.com. Google Maps didn't just solve a problem, they changed the way the world navigates. 15 years later, their approach is still shaping how we navigate in countries where landmarks matter more than street names. And all it took was listening to real people. And that's the power of great UX. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next week.